Hi everybody, I wanted to show you something that came in the mail a couple days ago. I just haven't got around to recording it yet because it's been pretty dark and I haven't been home much. Somebody was kind enough to make this plaque. It's all wood and wood burnt and hand painted. Quite a nice plaque that somebody took the time to make for me to hang on the wall of the tiny house on wheels. And I want to say thank you very much. That is really amazing work. And once I finish the walls in here, that's going to be a permanent part of the house hanging on the walls. And for now, I just have it on my bookshelf by the sofa. So I want to say thank you. Baby heard the camera, and then Felix comes to attack Baby. I've got a package. It feels very light, so I'm not sure what's in it. It's an eBay shipment, so I don't even know what it is or where it came from. Oh! I'm thinking this is a gift for Melanie. Hold on a minute. Yes, this definitely must be for Melanie. Let's see what it says on here. A scarf with finger pockets. 60 by 5. Interesting. Baby cat. So we have... Oh, it's a long... Okay, it's a very long scarf with finger pockets, so she can put her fingers in there when it's cold. Oh, there, Melanie. That's for you. There's some things waiting for you when you get home to the off-grid homestead. So put that in there to keep the cat hair off it. Keep it safe until Melanie comes home. I don't see a note, so I'm not quite sure. I remember somebody mentioning a scarf. So I want to say thank you very much, and I'm sure when Melanie finds out about this, which I'll show her when we talk tonight, she'll be very thankful as well. She can't believe all the love and care she gets from people on YouTube. She doesn't feel that she deserves it. She's so cute. Okay, now it's time to take it away, baby cat. Alright, well, thank you very much. And I'll put that away in the trunk for Melanie so it stays safe and clean for her. And there's the sharks hovering around looking for a piece of meat. Something to play with. Felix! Hi, guy. He's cute. We've got a gentle 4.7 amps going into the batteries. Just pull away. I've got the little Harbor Freight generator running. And I've got just a gentle little 5 amp going into there. I started out with 10 amps and it's been slowly reducing as the batteries that I'm trying out are being conditioned. I've got gloves on, I'll show you why here. But I'm going to let that run because there's no sun today anyway. And I just got those batteries and I don't know how long they've been sitting in a warehouse on the floor. So I want to condition them before I put any heavy use on them. So I'll let that run and top off those batteries. And I was hoping today would be sunny. I was really looking forward to seeing how the solar panels will fill them up, but that's not going to happen. Now right here I've got some Magnum steel epoxy. This is the mix, 2 metals you mix up, or 2 putty things you mix up. And I'm going to attempt to repair a lead acid battery with a hole in it that I got for free from the mechanics. So I'll show you that in a few minutes here. I'm going to mix this up. There's this Duralast battery that I got that has the hole in it. And I want to see if I can repair it. This putty stuff is supposed to be chemical resistant, resist all chemicals, and bond to all materials, so we'll see how well. It's not bonding right now to the plastic at all. It says it's supposed to bond to plastics. It's not bonding at all. to the plastic. It's bonding to my gloves, which is ridiculous. It's not bonding to the plastic. It's supposed to. I think I missed a step in the instructions. Let me check. Nope, I just wanted to double check and see if water was necessary in there, but no. But it sure wants to stick to my gloves more than anything else. It's not sticking to the plastic. It really wants to stick to my gloves. So I'm hoping to just form a watertight seal on here. I don't know if this is acid resist. It does say resists most chemicals. Whether it resists acid or not remains to be seen. It certainly likes rubber or neoprene or whatever this stuff is. These gloves. Yeah, it really sticks to the glove. So I'm hoping if I can get it stuffed into there nicely, it'll seal that hole. Well, time will tell. Now I gotta let it cure for an hour. That sure be cool if I can get that battery to work. And then what I'm gonna do is take some acid out of the bad battery and use it to fill up the empty cell in this battery because it's gonna need acid, the proper chemical mix. So, now we wait. Hi everybody, just turned from a dark and gloomy day into beautiful, sunny, and getting warmer. I just finished lunch. Let me go show you the solar power situation here in the tiny house on wheels. This is a beautiful sight. We've got 15.2 volts on the batteries I brought home yesterday. We're pulling in, varying. Cloud just went over. Been ranging about 100 watts, 6.5 to 7 amps of power. And we're in absorption mode. And that is a good thing. So these batteries are being somewhat reconditioned. I also have the battery lifesaver. It's a pulse circuit battery desulfator hooked onto the batteries. I'll take you out and show you that in a minute here. But I'm about to power down the internet and the inverter and let the batteries just absorb and be happy and see how they do for the day. The BLS battery lifesaver is on the battery bank with a green happy LED, and I've got it clamped on there and pulsing these old batteries. I'm also going to give them a bath here and clean them up. I didn't really want to waste any time on them right away until I knew if they were going to be any good or not, but it looks like they're doing alright. So now I've got to figure out, the Jeep battery's been sitting for a while, and I've got to go over there and see if I can get acid into that. The patch on the battery is still soft. I can push my fingernail in it, so I turned it into the sunlight to try to let it warm up a bit better. It is only 45 degrees out, so the curing time is extended on that. And this is going to be a long-term project anyway, because I am not going to just put acid in that thing and then put it in the vehicle and risk it spilling out. So I'm going to be very careful. And I see liquid, there's wetness underneath. I don't know if maybe there's another leak on the bottom of that I wasn't aware of. Or is it just moisture underneath? It's hard to tell. It looks like there's just a mess of moisture down there. So I'll have to keep an eye on that battery. Make sure that it'll be safe before I put it in any vehicle. But it's worth trying. Batteries went up in price to $100 right now, which is insane. They're starting at $100 everywhere you go now. And that's weird because they were like $50 before. Last time I bought a battery, and now they're up. I've checked 5-6 different places, and the batteries are through the roof right now. So to get the Jeep to start, I'm just going to try to use that. But again, that's going to take time to test and make sure it's not going to leak. Got the old beast running. I haven't ran this since I broke my rib in the spring. Went out there, used the jump starter, started fluid, fired right up. That thing is a beast of a tractor. I almost sold that the other day. I'm so happy the guy didn't come back. That is worth its weight in gold. Really nice machine. So I'm going to shut it down, check the oil, check the hydraulic fluid in the back, and general tune-up to top off the tires. It's been sitting a while. And do some wood cutting. Stack these all, but I decided, you know what, I'm going to split them and stack them. I just cut a small tree and a smaller tree. I'm going to shut off the garden tractor and just get to it. Some of that wood was still damp, so I decided to split it, let it dry out here in the sun. It's cured very nicely, but it was a little bit damp in there. So let the sun and the weather have its way with it. There's some drier stuff that's ready for immediate burn, which I'll take in tonight. But as you can see, my wood pile was gone. I burned it out. I still have some wood out in the forest pile, but this pile was gone. Been burning it. Although my wood stove is efficient, and the tiny house is efficient, it wasn't much wood. So I'm happy that the weather has held out so well, so long. I was able to get all this, the work in the shed so far, which is a good thing. But I've come to a decision. I know my time is limited right now, and I think, especially since I'm waiting on building materials, I don't have the paneling for inside the shed. And until I get something on hand, I'm going to start cutting wood, firewood, and pulling out lumber out of the barnwood pile for use in construction. And that way I'll have the wood ready now for after the snow falls. And I can build after it's snowing, but I can't dig the wood out. And I've got to get firewood going as well. So I need to start concentrating on that too. A lot more. I do have all that barnwood. Now that my tractor's running, I'm going to go get that barnwood over here too. That barnwood that's burnable barnwood that I have reserved for that purpose. That I'll have to bring over. Get that stacked up. Now I've got a plan for that as well. An idea. I want to build a shed for the barnwood pile. I'm using pallets. So that way it'll be protected from the elements, because that barnwood gets wet in a hurry. And then it's no good for burning. It's good right now, but as soon as we get rain again, it'll be done. This will be ready in a day of sun and wind. A day or two of sun and wind will dry that out nice. That was dead standing trees. Well, you don't want to stay there, do you? Come on now. All right then. There's another small one I gotta get. And I gotta run my little chop saw and chop that up. Actually, there's a lot of smaller wood. Small wood burns just as well, but it's better for daytime use than overnight because it burns a little faster. Come on now. I had this stacked up nice before. Some of these I'll take right up to the house. Burn them tonight. That one's wet. So yeah, progress at the homestead. Clean everything up, put my chainsaw away and call it a night for outdoor work anyway. Good evening, everybody. It's pretty late, but I'm still working. I am using the LED work light that I just got the other day. I'm also wearing my headlamp. And I'm going to try putting the fluid in this battery using a rubber tube. Boy, it's cold out. Yeah, that's hard. Well, we'll see what happens. Can't hurt to try. This other battery here is no good. This old battery is no good at all. So it's only good for core exchange now. So I'm going to take acid from here carefully, make sure I don't get any on my hands, and put it into this one. So make sure the fluid levels are good anyway. Well, I got it here, right? Actually, that cell is low. I hope there's no other holes in that battery. No? Two cells are low. Well, the idea is simple. I want to try to get acid in that battery. I want real acid in there. I want to see if I can find something else, a suction something or other, like a baster. I was at the dollar store recently. I bet they got basters. I think I have one in the house, rather than trying to suck that up through a tube. Well, I'll be back in a few minutes. Hopefully I can find something. Gotta love the dollar stores. I remembered I had this in my kitchen, never used. So, that'll work very, very carefully. Because what I want to do is try to keep the battery chemistry. It's not the exact same battery, but it's the same manufacturer. I don't know how much that difference that makes, but I got a good load. Maybe I can put, I think I can get replacement bulbs for the hygrometer, what do we call it, hydrometer? That'd be good to have that on hand. If you do this, be very, very, very careful not to get acid on your clothes. It will eat through your clothes in a flash. It will eat jeans quickly. Now, I'm going to let this sit, of course, for a few days and make sure that battery acid doesn't eat through the patch that I put on. I have no idea how much it's going to take. Well, anyway, I won't worry with that. I'm going to top off that cell with the battery from, or the acid from that other battery, and then let it sit overnight. We'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, I finished with the battery. Now I'm going to carefully put the lids on and let it. I'm just setting the lids on. I'm not going to seal it, and let it sit overnight. See if it leaks. It's leaking. It's leaking. Okay, my seal didn't work at all. It looks like, well, I can't tell if it's a leak or if it's dripping. No, it's a leak. Or I don't think that stuff stuck to that plastic. I might try it again another time. I'm not going to give up on this battery. I think it's a possibility that it could be fixed. I don't know if I dripped water in there or if it's leaking. I can't exactly tell. I'll know tomorrow for sure. I topped it off with some distilled water, and there's some wetness on the side, but I did spill down the sides, so you just don't know if that's leaking or dripping from my spilling. Guess I'll find out tomorrow. Anyway, an attempt at repairing a battery with a cracked case. Now, just to be extra safe, I'm going to wash my hands. I made sure I didn't get any drops of anything on me. And I guess you should wear safety goggles, I thought of afterwards, but if you're really careful, you can survive. I've worked around batteries a lot. But anyway, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Well, isn't that stupid? Now I know why battery acid got in the trunk of my car. There's a hole in the bottom of the battery as well. I can't see it without tipping the battery upside down, but I see water dripping out right now. So that one had some issues. It's leaking right out the bottom. Oh well. I'll have a look at it tomorrow. Now, the little guy is a good candidate for a alum conversion, a lead alum conversion, because it was still a good battery until the mechanics got hold of my Jeep. So that's still good. I'm going to set the caps on just to keep dirt out, and I'll do that in the future.